Monkey parks the stalled ride. The power unit exhausts thick smog. Standard macaques immediately act hysterical, yelling into cellular tools, pleading for a removal lorry, and staging massive meltdowns over their shattered itineraries. They perceive any inoperable mechanism as direct hostility from the cosmos. Yet, an entirely contrasting variation of monkey breeds among us. This monkey shuns dialing support teams. Instead, they march forward, elevate the chassis lid, and pause absolutely still. Neither icy precipitation nor baked climates cause them to waver. Inspecting the chaotic knot of cables and alloy, a sudden psychological realignment occurs. All aggravation vaporizes. Apprehension falls completely dead. Scrutinizing their features reveals no trace of suffering. One clearly spots something mirroring true solace. For this mindful ape, hardware failure equals no calamity. It merely extends a thrilling challenge they are supremely equipped to beat. To an average monkey, an automobile appears as nothing besides a mountain of scrap. However, for an enlightened monkey, that same ride acts as a doorway toward altered perception. Countless forest dwellers traverse their habitat, continually passing the buck whenever challenges arise. When a tree limb fractures, they summon a limb specialist. When a snack smells rotten, they demand a snack analyst. Monkey fully believes this routine makes total sense. Monkey views society as countless sealed containers meant solely for licensed professionals to penetrate. Yet after Monkey wastes an entire Sunday drenched in black sludge, locking eyes with a stubborn combustion block, a radical psychological pivot strikes the wild canopy. You absolutely cannot download this revelation via endless feed scrolling or skimming life hack articles. The breakthrough strikes directly on the driveway cement, confronting a dilemma which is noisy, brutal, and thoroughly indifferent to personal frustration. Such gritty surroundings forge a distinctly rare flavor of unshakable grit. One cannot fake such poise. One cannot lease temporarily. Suddenly, Monkey grasps that complex machinery is entirely legible. While normal beasts stare at confusing spaghetti nests of cabling, this mindful monkey actively renders a three-dimensional layout of a concealed mechanism. Cognitive scientists term this condition integrated bodily awareness. It signifies that monkeys' palms and gray matter no longer behave as separated elements. They operate strictly as a unified mechanism. Such mastery avoids resting within written lexicons. Instead, it anchors itself tightly inside tendons. It breathes within the precise clink of a flawlessly torqued screw. It thrives within the peaceful stillness following a properly plugged hose. If questioned regarding how monkeys sense the power distributor failing, they simply elevate their arms and reply the vibrations felt incorrect. Monkey avoids being deliberately vague. Monkey is answering with extreme exactness. Their comprehension has descended past verbal articulation, rooting deeply inside neurological pathways. Most forest dwellers reside amidst theoretical arguments and constant hesitations. Yet, surrounded by toolboxes, Monkey grapples directly with unfiltered reality. Steel refuses to lie. Pistons carry no arrogance. They blindly follow natural rules. By wrestling with solid alloys, Monkey accomplishes much more than restoring a ride. Monkey overhauls their fundamental interpretation of the universe. Monkey abandons their role as a helpless drifter, evolving into a master architect. The automobile was totally irrelevant. The ultimate mission was revealing to Monkey that reality lacks magical secrets. It stands as a logical puzzle begging to be decoded. Externally, Monkey projects pure defiance. Neighboring monkeys fetch printed blueprints. They repeat phrases from recognized scholars. They indicate glowing monitors asserting the software confirms the snack functions flawlessly. However, this particular primate simply refuses agreement. Monkey carries scars from past encounters. Monkey retains memories of moments those published guidelines were spectacularly inaccurate. Monkey cannot forget how a licensed professional bypassed an invisible splinter, which exclusively Monkey's grimy palms could physically register. Eventually, Monkey's cognitive architecture transforms. Monkey discards faith in noisy pundits, preferring tactile verification. Monkey develops extreme suspicion toward folks broadcasting total assurance concerning matters their skin hasn't interacted with. Acknowledging this reality implies ego conceit. Monkey avoids acting maliciously. We witness a transformed approach to perceiving existence. Call it a doctrine forged by steel implements. Such facts crystallize through sweltering environments, intense aggravation, and the distinct calmness emerging once a complication surrenders, because Monkey denied surrender. Monkey ignores academic speculation. Monkey requires raw measurements pulled out of the grease. Amidst our contemporary society, monkey constantly demands extremely rapid rewards. Pressing digital screens produces tasty snacks. Flicking bright displays generates immediate joy. Monkey falsely believes existence requires an acceleration switch. Yet, that stubborn motor? Those steel cylinders remain totally blind toward monkey's lightning-fast internet connectivity. Mending heavy equipment enforces rigid, unchangeable durations. Monkey is forced into strict sequential compliance. Tightening pressures are dictated strictly through universal constants, entirely excluding any corporate policies. Should monkey try tricking a metal screw or leaping past crucial instructions chasing temporary speed, the breakdown inevitably returns, typically echoing much louder, while costing considerably more bananas. Thus, monkey acquires an exceptionally scarce truth. Specific organic developments defy artificial rushing completely. As monkey digests these firm principles, cognitive pathways permanently transform. Monkey cultivates immense tolerance toward protracted endeavors concerning daily existence, including deep interpersonal connections or steady occupational climbing. Monkey glares suspiciously toward anything guaranteeing rapid cures or sudden overnight success. Monkey finally understands that structures erected via evasive tactics are ultimately destined for collapse. Typical monkeys absorb information inside monotonous lecture halls, reading academic volumes. Conversely, an exceptional primate lineage secure genuine enlightenment under a sludge-covered carport on weekend middays. Often an elder monkey, a caregiver, or family member stayed silent. They withheld verbal instruction. They simply extended a dense stirring device and observed. Absolutely no instructional outlines appeared. No electronic manuals. No rapid efficiency tricks. What was truly transferred went far beyond patching thermal units. It constituted a bond with struggle. It required the mastery of enduring trouble rather than shrieking and fleeing toward cheap amusements. That transport was simply the canvas. The genuine takeaway meant learning to endure malfunctioning realities. Therefore, grease monkey evolves into a foundational self-image. One specific grip tool surpasses simple hardware status. It acts as a physiological monument honoring the instant our universe turned comprehensible. Monkey cherishes that debut motor vehicle not regarding its quickness, but acknowledging the associate lingering nearby, while the parentangled natural laws surrounding macaques fundamentally misunderstand this. Spectators spot self-assurance, concluding it pertains solely to engines. They notice muted diligence, diagnosing it as aloofness or fierce inflexibility. However, deep below the sludge, a vastly superior software executes. Mental researchers identify this psychological state as an internal locus of control. This stands as an indestructible certainty declaring that final results stem from monkey's direct labor, and intellect excluding pure fortune, mathematical algorithms, or any specialist blessing. This philosophy shifts the way monkey confronts demanding leaders, monetary drops, or tangled emotional ties. Monkey ceases anticipating salvation crews or miraculous rapid prosperity snacks. Monkey harbors a profoundly hard reliance upon their independent strength to sit calmly and untangle the mess. This reliance never manifested as an inherited trait monkey carried inherently. It developed, screw by screw, within the stillness of a parking space where a contraption previously lay dormant, until thanks directly to monkey's endurance it eventually commenced trembling. Once monkey perceives their skill to overhaul complex propulsion units, monkey perceives their capacity to overhaul a destiny. The apparatus is entirely readable. The challenge is defeatable. Additionally, monkey is the creature wielding the turning device. Herein lies the core mystery. It fundamentally ignored the transport. It highlights the exact iteration of monkey rising from under, that framework sharper, intensely serene, and absolutely impossible to disturb. Across numerous facets of monkey's routine, victories feel immensely complicated. Monkey joins a boardroom discussion, silently guessing did that proceed favorably? Tough to measure. Monkey concludes an assignment, inquiring, does this carry real merit? Naturally, the verdict hinges upon whichever adjacent primate responds. Every single assessment contains massive personal slants. Each viewpoint remains strictly theoretical. Continuously, monkey hovers inside a dense mist full of ambiguities and endless hesitation. Conversely, look at the metal turbine. That apparatus harbors irrepersonal slants. A formerly silent cylinder suddenly blasting noise completely removes all guesswork. The output remains totally factual. Should monkey crank the starter dial sparking combustion, monkey proves undeniably accurate. Nobody alive could ever successfully contest those raw metrics. For any monkey surviving within ecosystems packed with vague rating systems alongside unpredictable destinations, the tool provides an ultimate haven. Inside that structure, physics delivers undeniable truths. Consequently, twisting iron components surpasses merely dirtying fingers. It acts as profound neurological stabilization. Whenever the surrounding wilderness seems completely untamable, whenever interpersonal bonds twist painfully, or whenever the horizon appears hopelessly foggy, the powertrain presents a contained riddle featuring an understandable fix. Any monkey withdrawing toward their workbench during stressful afternoons avoids merely fleeing their routine. Conversely, they proactively mend their internal processors. They aggressively resurrect the deep sensation of absolute mastery and sharp focus which previous working days continuously attempted to drain. What masquerades as a lazy Saturday pastime truly functions as an elite emotional defense mechanism. What mimics manual labor honestly serves as profound psychological armor. Monkey avoids simply mending an automobile. Monkey actively mends their own shattered confidence. Whoever spots a macaque effortlessly restoring motors truly observes a macaque internalizing a profound ecological principle. Physical environments inevitably but award calm, uninterrupted observation. This creature realized that our cosmos entirely lacks mystical, magical illusions. Instead, it operates via interconnected mechanisms answering directly to determined, sustained manual effort. Consequently, monkey should deeply contemplate this vital dilemma. The core issue ignores if monkey understands installing thermal gaskets or exchanging electrical combustion igniters. Those automotive repairs function merely as developmental training exercises. The authentic crisis asks, which destroyed element throughout monkey's daily survival finds monkey lingering near an elevated metal cover, staring vacuously awaiting a specialized rescue battalion destined never to arrive. Consider a professional trajectory failing to crank, daily fitness behaviors continually overheating, or intimate interpersonal bonds suffering total structural deflation. Monkey stares endlessly down the empty highway, praying an accredited genius stops alongside offering perfect guidance. Unfortunately, our dense thicket completely prohibits that passive logic. Healing these personal wounds permanently necessitates monkey's individually soiled palms. Monkey desperately needs divine favors. Monkey simply ought to secure a heavy metal spanner and immediately initiate the overhaul. The macaque shares deep appreciation. Validate this specific footage. Chuck a channel subscription his way. Doing so guarantees continuous sweet fruit deliveries.